Holy mint chip ice cream, Batman. We're ready for summer and maybe a little fall transition. Hello, my friends. Another day, another watch, another video, and a third attempt at this intro because I just realized I was like covered in dog hair. But we got another one today from our friends over at WM Watch, the brand formerly known as Welly Merck or Welly Merrick. Not sure how you pronounced it, but doesn't matter anymore. They have rebranded to WM Watch, and I think it's very much for the better because that's a much nicer logo. That logo is the only thing on the dials with their newer releases these days. And if only our friends over at Watch Dives or Addie's Dive or Bernie or any of the kind of usual AliExpress suspects would get this memo as well. Just rebrand to something that's a little more palatable, or get yourself a nice looking logo and just stick that on the dial. I think sales would tick up, but WM Watch got the memo and they sent me this watch. This is paid partnership. You saw a little pop-up in the corner. It was probably that corner at the beginning of the video. Either way, they sent me this watch for free. I do not have to send it back in exchange for this video. They do not direct any of the messaging. The opinions are my own. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because I'm sure there's some stuff about this that I'm not going to like. And there's probably going to be plenty that I do like as well. No cash changed hands, and they don't get to preview this video before I release it to you guys. That's typically how these kind of watch sponsorships, so to speak, work, unless you start working with a whole bunch of big brands, and I don't have any experience with that right now. So let's focus on these guys. Let's get this open and see all that this has to offer with a bit of a ice cream inspired colorway today. And here we are with the WM Watch. It's the WM212. And when we open this up, we get our kind of standard WM Watch packaging, which I am a big fan of. I really like these little pouches because they don't take up much room. They can be reused. It's a nice little one watch travel pouch. So I kind of appreciate this stuff. So thank you very much for that, guys. We also get one of these, plasticky, not super high quality push pin tools, which tells me that this bracelet is going to be secured by push pins, not screw pins. So that's what we're getting here. And then we also have a little bit of kind of brand documentation, what you get with a WM watch, user's manual, kind of how to use things, flip it over, daily maintenance, kind of a beginner's guide to those who haven't had many watches before. And then we also get a little instructional on how to operate the push pin tool, so we can size up the bracelet, which is kind of cool. I don't know. It's better than leaving you clueless, right? So let's get this stuff out of here and get this bad boy open so we can take a look at our mint chip version of the WM212. This color is listed on the item listing as brown, which is obviously not a great reflection of what it actually is. It also comes in a blue, which is going to be kind of a light blue dial with a darker blue bezel. This is a minty green textured dial with kind of a tan rehaut minute track and a brown bezel. There's a lot of blue dive watches, so I went for this color because it's different and I don't have anything like it. It's also covered in about 2.73 pounds of plastic. So let's get all of that off of there and take a look in a little more detail. While I fight a losing battle against some plastic, if you could take the time and like this video and subscribe to the channel, but only if you enjoy watch review videos like this. I wouldn't ask you to do that otherwise. It really helps support the channel, and I would very much appreciate it. And if you're interested in taking a look at this watch or any other watch you see on my channel, please use the link down in the description. That is an affiliate link. You pay $0 extra for the merchandise, but I get a couple of % in return, and that helps me get more watches like this to get in front of you. Thank you very much. back to some thoughts. Okay, well, that was a struggle. So before we look at the watch, let's look at the hang tag. Got our little barcode. We got our little certificate of quality. Apparently this passed QC. And we are WM watch branded. There's no price on here, but right now, as I look at the listing on AliExpress, this is listed for $133 US. Actually 132.93. So that's what we're looking at. But after you get the plastic off, ooh, bezel action's pretty good. After you get the plastic off, everything's fairly simple and good looking. But I always have a hard time with the plastic on these things. Look at that. I even forgot the little blue piece of plastic that's covering the crown. That's always a bit of a pain in the butt to get off. And do we want to do that right now or we want to do that off screen? It's probably better to just do that off screen. It's that blue thing's a real pain. I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. No more plastic. That plastic pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. It was covered in tons of plastic. It was not easy to take off. I had to take it off camera and do it. It took too long. And the crown had one of those little blue stickers on it. And it wasn't so much of a sticker that comes off as much as like a thin plastic coating that like flaked off. I had to do a ton of work. I had to grab a couple of toothpicks and get tools involved. And I still don't even know if all of it is gone. I think there's still a little piece on the crown there. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. But brands, like if you're going to sell us a watch, make the process of getting it out of the box and onto our wrist more enjoyable. Just do a little bit more thought. I get the plastic coverings and stuff on the bracelet and the case, but like when it comes to the crown, there's no need to put a little blue sticker on there that's impossible to get off because you're already wrapping the entire case in a piece of plastic before you put it in the dang shipping box anyway. So, I don't know. Rant over. This watch looks really nice. I'm a fan of this color. This kind of minty green, textured. It's kind of a grained, textured dial. It's not coming through on camera as much, but there is a little bit of a fade to this dial. It's kind of a lighter, minty green, veering more towards a yellow right in the middle and more towards kind of a light mint green around the outside as it comes up against that tan Rehaut / minute track. And then the brown, what looks to be a ceramic bezel insert. It all plays really well together. Pretty standard kind of rectangular applied markers. Those are filled with lume, as are the hands. I love the handset on this. We got the double rectangles in the hour hand, the longer, thinner rectangle on the minute hand, and then we have a rectangular, I don't know, lollipop seconds hand type of thing going on with a little red tip on that seconds hand as you see it come around. This is really cool looking. It's dive watch style. It's only 100 meters water resistant. I can't do a pressure test. I don't have the equipment. I don't know how much I would trust that. But it's going to be fine for your day-to-day wear type of stuff, right? So, I mean, washing your hands, maybe if you want to take a shower with it, that should be okay. It is a screw-down crown, so all of that is going to be just fine. Let's see what the crown operation looks like on this. This is a standard NH35. Winds nicely. I like that you can feel the wind a little bit, which is nice. And then, of course, we got the first pop, and that's going to give us our date wheel. And then second pop is going to hack the seconds and let us kind of set the time wherever we want to. Then we push it in, get it back running, screw it down for maximum water resistance. And yeah, I don't think you're going to have any problems wearing this on a day-to-day. Let's go ahead and do some specs. Doopy specs. We have a 41 millimeter case, a compact 47 millimeters lug to lug, a nice thin 12.2 millimeter thickness profile here. So this will fit under a cuff no problem. It's 143 grams with all supplied links, no links taken out at all. It's a stainless steel case with sapphire AR coated crystals top and back. I doubt the back has AR coating, but they're both sapphire sandwich style. 100 meters water resistant, 20 millimeter lug width, great for switching out straps on a stainless steel beads of rice bracelet with a stainless steel milled clasp. The model number here is WM212, and inside is a Seiko NH35 with a 41-hour power reserve and an accuracy rating of -20 to +40 seconds per day. All right, my friends, what are we thinking about this? Are you liking how it looks? I mean, my first impressions and overview is that it's an NH35 powered dive watch. There's not a whole lot different to go over here. The case finishing is nice. The bezel looks great. Here, let me bump the volume on this mic, and we'll do a little bezel ASMR for you. The bezel action is nice and crisp. It sounds good. It aligns properly, perfectly, actually. There's little to no backplay, so all the quality with the bezel is fantastic. Signed crown, I do appreciate that. The buckle, while signed, more looks like they took this to, I don't know, one of those little engraving shops in the mall and said, hey, could you please do us a favor and toss our initials on this in the most uncreative font that you can imagine. I wish that was their logo. I mean, their logo is on the crown. Their logo is on the dial. Why not just put that same logo on the clasp? I'm not sure. But it is a nice milled stainless steel clasp that operates beautifully, buttery smooth. There is no on-the-fly micro adjust, as you can see here. That's all kind of bare in there. So nothing on the fly, but there are plenty of micro adjustment holes. And that I do appreciate. There are a lot of brands that don't include nearly enough micro adjustment holes. This will be plenty to get a comfortable fit. And yeah, we got a display case back. We got a little spec sheet around the edge. If you want to see your movement, you can do that. Sapphire crystal front and back from what the listing says. AR coating on the front. That studio light wreaks havoc on basically every watch, but outside of our most unforgiving conditions, right, at all the other angles, the AR coating seems to be working pretty darn well. And that pop of extra shimmer and light refraction. I know people say light play. I'm not a huge fan of the term. That the sapphire bezel insert, or not sapphire, but the ceramic bezel insert gives you on this is appreciated. And I like it. Great handset, great markers, nicely integrated, and kind of has a printed frame around the date window there. It is not a matching date wheel, but in cases like this, I'm okay with that, because the white date wheel just kind of makes it mirror what a 3 o'clock indice would look like. So it doesn't throw off the symmetry of the dial too much. I kind of dig that. Automatic, 100 meters / 330 feet. They're printed there at the bottom. Pretty minimal text. We even get an applied logo on this one, not a printed logo. This is looking pretty good. I mean, it's a solid option. Again, like from a spec perspective, this isn't going to blow the doors off of anything. But if you want a solid NH35 powered dive watch and you like this colorway and the sizing and the kind of beads of rice-ish bracelet we have going on here, like if you like the look of this, then it's going to do the trick. It's a really nice option. At first glance, I kind of wish the tops of the lugs here were brushed instead of polished. I get what they're going for, because you kind of got a polish and then a brushed link and then a polished in the middle and then brushed and polished. So kind of alternating between brushed and polished here. But I think it would be a little more nicely integrated if the tops of the lugs were brushed instead of polished, but that's super subjective and nitpicky. The transition between polish and brushing on the case is good. The brushing is nice and defined. kind of some lateral brushing on the case sides. The finishing of the watch looks really nice. It's all subjective. If you like the look of this watch, it's definitely going to be worth the money. It's going to look better on your wrist than $133. That's for dang sure. And speaking of on the wrist, how about we get it on my honkin' 8-inch wrist to see how this thing fills out and see what kind of wrist presence we're working with. And here we are, the WM212 in mint chip ice cream colorway. That's what I'm calling it anyway. I'm not calling it brown. On my 8-inch wrist. I think it looks nice. 41 millimeters in diameter. I'm a fan of a little bit larger. I tend to gravitate towards larger watches. But if I said that this looked puny and didn't give enough wrist presence, I'd be lying. Let's get a little microfiber here. The Beads of Rice bracelet is extremely comfortable. And this is how it fits. Again, on my 8-inch wrist, you can see the kind of room that I'm working with there with all included links. So I think if you're, I don't know, maybe even up to an 8.25, 8.5-inch wrist, if you want to use some of these micro adjustment holes, is that doable? No, it's not, because this is extended all the way out. Okay, so this is maximum size around the wrist. And my 8-inch wrist has this much room. And this is too much room. So I would probably just tighten up that micro adjust a few, and then I would be comfy. So maybe 8.25-ish inch wrist, you'd be fine. Anybody larger than that, you're probably going to want to maybe reach out, see if you can buy some extra links or toss it onto a strap. I have a feeling this would look really good on a tan or brown sort of NATO. That'd be a really cool look. But I'm digging this. I like the mint chip ice cream dive watch, and I like that you can get a quality, proven, tested movement in a nicely finished dive watch, but at a price point where you can kind of treat it like a fashion watch. That's why I like a lot of these kind of $100-ish AliExpress watches, because they feel like fashion watches. The cost is not prohibitive. If you want a dozen of them, that's something that a mortal person can end up doing over not too long of a period of time. So if you like to change up colors and styles to go with whatever you're wearing and mix and match with outfits, these are awesome options. But if you're looking for a go-to, this is also an awesome option, but I don't know if this color would be for you for an everyday watch. Maybe you gravitate towards the blue with that. All right, let's do a Lume shot, and then we'll get into some final thoughts. And here we are with our real world Lume shot from the full sun into the dimly lit studio. And we have some bicolor Lume going on. The hands, all three of them in green. The hour indices in blue. Only the upside down triangle on the bezel is lumed. I really wish the entire bezel was lumed. I actually thought it was. It just kind of looks like the whole thing is lumed. It's not. Not the strongest application. It'll last long enough. It's average. Holy mint chip ice cream, Batman. We're ready for summer and maybe a little fall transition. Everything about this watch is kind of in the colorway. We've all seen this style of Beads of Rice bracelet before. We've all seen a pretty close to 40 millimeter, 20 millimeter diver, right? We've all seen things powered by NH35s. This is nothing new. It's nothing new. But it is well executed. It looks nice. Its finishing is pretty high quality. I wouldn't put this up with like the San Martins or the Chronoses of the world, but it's not too far away. You're not going to be lacking in any of that stuff. It has a really nice clasp. No on-the-fly micro adjustment, but I don't think it needs it with that many micro adjust holes. This watch has a lot of things going for it. And final thoughts are that if you like the looks of it, then buy in confidence. Like, it's really that simple. There's not a whole lot bad to say about this. Yes, I wish the buckle was signed with the actual logo, not just initials. Yes, I wish the entire bezel was lumed, not just the triangle marker at 12. Yes, I wish the Lume was a little bit stronger because this isn't giving me the vibes that it's really going to last a super long time. But it's going to be visible for a bit. So, I mean, could it be 200 meters instead of 100 meters? Yes, but that would probably also make the watch thicker. And right now it's a pretty nice slender profile for a watch in this range. So again, a lot of good, not too much bad, a few average tossed in the mix. It's just all about the looks. If you like the looks of this and you would like one of these to put on your wrist every once in a while because, hey, you're a mint chip ice cream fan like I am, or you like the blue colorway that they offer as well, it's well worth the price of admission. Yeah, that's it. And if you want to buy it, use the affiliate link in the description. I'd really appreciate it, and that would actually go towards supporting the channel a little bit. So yeah, check it out or don't. Let me know what you think about it. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Kind of scrounging for things to say, but I don't think there's anything left to say. So I'm going to go have my ice cream and eat it too, and we'll see you in the next one.